Hi, I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach, and this is the Organize Your Life podcast. I am passionate about organizing because it makes my clients' lives so much easier, more relaxed, and with more time to spend the way they want to. That's what organizing is all about, not about being neat or having the right containers. It's about getting more time for what matters to you. My specialty is chunking down this big topic so it's not overwhelming. That's the concept behind my book, 5 Minutes to a Relaxing Bedroom. And that's the concept for this podcast, too, which is based on my first book, 52 Simple Ways to Get Organized. Both books are available on my website and on Amazon. I work with clients in person in the Berkeley, California area and via email and Skype, so you don't have to be local to work with me. With my help, your home will become a place you love and welcome guests into. Your office will be a place for being energized and productive. Visit the Hire tab on my website or email me at claire@cluttercoach.net. In every podcast, I'll lay out a simple organizing concept and tell you why it's important. And I'll include an action step at the end so you can start practicing right away. Okay, here we go. This week's podcast is based on simple way number 22 of my book. Now we're in the section of tips that have to do with how you use your time. My book has 7 sections: paper, stuff, office, time, decision-making, mindset, and strategies. Today I'll talk about how to get things done faster and what tasks are suited for that. Here's the short version. If a job takes 2 minutes or less, just do it. That's all. Got it? Okay, you can go about your day now. But I have more to say if you stick around. Not everything on your list is suited to this technique, but many of the tasks hanging around on there could have been dispatched quickly at the time they came up. Writing them down and then procrastinating on them makes them take way longer than they're worth. Sometimes even just stopping to write them down takes longer than they'd actually take to do. Ask yourself if you're putting a task on your list because you truly can't or shouldn't do it now, or because you're procrastinating for some reason. What is that reason? People don't procrastinate because they're lazy. There's a reason. Lack of clarity, worrying about the result, performance anxiety, overwhelm. It can be a long list. On that note, I still always recommend writing things down. Don't try to keep tasks in your head, no matter how simple and easy to remember they seem to be. Something will come along and knock it out of your head. If you're over the age of 25, you've got a lot in your mind anyway. Don't add to it. Just write it down. In simple way number 6, I talked about jotting down notes and making sure you have a spot to collect them. That way, those ideas aren't rattling around in your brain, and they're in a place where you can access them when you need to. Of course, you don't want to fill up your day with tiny tasks, even if they're fast ones. That's a way to slip down that rabbit hole of doing tasks that are urgent but not important. We're all susceptible to this. On the positive side, getting into action feels good. The fun thing about this technique is that it gets you moving and crossing things off that list. Even moving physically, getting up to put a book away, to shred an item you no longer need, to put something by the door so you'll remember to take it when you leave. If you spend a lot of time desk-bound, these 2-minute shorties are excellent energy boosters. This works for non-physical movement tasks too. If you need to make a phone call that you know will be fast and will get a particular job off your list or significantly move it forward, it's very gratifying to zip through it and be done with it. Phone calls can be a little dangerous because there's another person on the end of the line with his or her own agenda. I should probably do a separate podcast on this topic, the topic of sticking with your own agenda. If the person you call wants to do more than just answer your question, be prepared to defer that conversation to another time and stick to what you're doing. Choosing suitable 2-minute tasks is an excellent way to develop your decision-making skill. Making any kind of decision, even just figuring out where to put away the magazine that's on your desk, or whether to throw out or fix a pen that just broke, will help you hone this ability. Like it or not, life is a series of decisions, every day. If you don't make them, they'll often get made for you, and things won't turn out the way you want. Why is decision-making so important? As I mentioned, my book has a whole section on it. It's important because you train yourself to have the mindset of deciding, rather than the mindset of putting off deciding. Not making a decision is also a decision. It affects your course of action, and it affects what others around you do. If you're a perfectionist, this is an important skill to master. You need to be able to separate tasks that honestly need your careful attention and contemplation from the ones that just need to get off your list ASAP so they're not holding up the parade. Your task this week? Don't think too hard about this one. Just find a task and do it. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach. If you like the show, I'd love it if you'd leave a rating and review in iTunes. You can subscribe, too, so the podcast will be ready and waiting for you to listen to. The show is available on SoundCloud and Stitcher as well. You'll find the show notes on my blog at www.cluttercoach.net, and you can check out my store to find books I've written and books and products I recommend, and some freebies, too. I work with folks in their homes and offices to bust clutter and get them organized so they can stay that way easily. Get in touch and find out how I can help you. I'm in Berkeley, California, and you can reach me at claire@cluttercoach.net. Come back for more next week.